at them in more detail.
So, 88 pounds and under.
Okay, welcome to American Dream Garage, and I'm at a parking lot in Kissimmee, Florida, and I wanted, while I had the opportunity, I'm not a huge electric car fan, but I've never been in one or driven one. So on a trip this week, I did rent a Tesla Model 3. I think it's a Model 3. And so I wanted to do a quick review of the car. It'll be quick because I don't understand much about it. It was very difficult for me to figure out, that I'm sure it's because I'm low tech and old. It would be clean if the car rental company actually ever cleaned a car. The door handles are interesting because at first you want to just push it in, but you don't grab the handle right away. Rear leg room is okay. Rear headroom I believe is okay. It looks a little tight to get in, but Yep. But once I get in, it's okay. Once you get past this low threshold, it's okay. Oh, man. All right. Not the best fit for me. So, got lots of cameras everywhere. You can see cameras. I know there's a camera that faces backwards, but it's got a ton of electronics in it. Front seat, pretty easy for me to get into. Okay, so when you get in the car, you get greeted with this, which basically tells you to take the key, and put it here, which is kind of goofy because there's nothing to hold it there. We've been driving a couple times and I look down and it's away, but I guess it's okay. I don't know if I'm missing anything here. It does have a nice feature in that these little sections here for your cell phone, and they charge, so it seems to hold it pretty well, so both people can do it, so you don't have to have the cords. Now when I first got in, of course I'm used to seeing more than that, which is, fairly austere. On the steering wheel, you have two little control ball buttons, which I do know that one of those controls the mirror adjustments. Your window adjustments are over here. Door handle, that's fairly normal. Windshield wipers over here, that's pretty normal. The gear shift here is somewhat normal, but that's kind of where normal stops here, because you're greeted with this. And so when I first got in at the airport, we opened the trunk, put our bags away, and then it's like, okay, trunk open. Well, I didn't think it was open, so I hit open and the trunk pops open, and then it was like this frunk open, And then obviously that's for your convenience to open it, it's not a warning light that tells you that the trunk is open. So there's no, obviously you don't have to start it. So I've got in, I put the key in place. If I put it in drive, away you go. There's no such thing as starting. And then you can see up there to the left, that's your dashboard. Pretty much it. You got your drive, 8 miles an hour, and your gas tank, or your battery power, which I'll say, pretty disappointed with, because we've driven, I'm gonna say, I'll double check it. I bet you we've driven less than 100 miles. Whoop. The radio just came on and I have no idea why it did. It's never been on. We've never had the radio on the whole time we're here. So why it would come on by itself. But you gotta search through there we go. Okay. You've got to search through this thing. To me, it's not crystal clear. So you go to here. You've got pedals and steering, charging, autopilot, which I couldn't figure out, nor did I want. I went through and answered these questions, and then how do I start it? It didn't give me clear directions. Lights, I've got it on auto. Display, you can adjust the brightness. I've got it on auto. Trips. So current trip, I've gone 111 miles, and I'm at 41%. So kind of a dilemma, because we were here, fortunately we had someone else here with us that had a car, and so we had 2 more days of driving the distance we were going, and I was concerned that would be the power that we had, so I had to ask him to drive, because by the time we get back to our hotel and then get to the airport, I'm not sure, we'll probably be 20-something%, but probably only driven 180 miles, 160 miles. And so for a first-time user and a traveler, finding a charging station and being able to time the charging station and know how long it's going to take, somewhat intimidating, and it's too much of a pain. So I bought as you buy a rental car with gas, I bought the charge. So I've just noticed it's hard to, here's the navigation. Once you set the navigation, it actually is staying on now. The other day it was switching to something else, and I couldn't see where I was going. But say the thing that I don't understand, well, I do understand. I'm not sure the value of it. I do have this feature on my Mercedes that shows the cars around you. I'll get out on the road so you can see what it does.
Now turn right onto East Vine Street.
Oh yeah, right. So acceleration, whoops. It's quick, just doesn't feel like acceleration to me. As quick as anything you'd want, that's for sure. But this screen, all you see, and I'm sure for someone who's high tech, they can figure out how to replace that and maybe get something else. But it basically show these cars around you, which I don't know what good. Maybe it keeps you more attentive. The one thing I thought was cool was the turn signal. When you put the turn signal on, like going left, it shows me a camera view of what's coming up beside me. So see, there's that car. I know a lot of cars have lane departure or blind spot monitoring. This one actually shows you what's coming, which I think is a pretty good feature. Heat, you can control your heated seats, a heated steering wheel, and your temperatures there. And then, again, it's basically all you have is an iPad and turn signals. But I'm sure once you've driven it some, you're gonna be able to figure it out. And I mean, I've driven it for 3 or 4 days, and I'm much more attuned. I can at least figure out how to put on the heater. When we first got in it, it took us a while to even figure out how to get out of the parking lot. So I'm sure that with time I would get used to a lot of these things, and that for the right person, this car makes a lot of sense. I don't think I'm there yet. I like the drive and feel and sound of a car that has an engine. I like the convenience of gasoline and gasoline stations. I like to be able to get up and drive somewhere 180, 200 miles without worrying about that kind of planning. I'm fine with electric cars. I think they need to come at the pace that they naturally develop based on technology and choice. And I'm not sure that the country is ready for full conversion to electric cars, but we'll see what happens.